Came as a shock yesterday when we found out that former South African minister Natim Tetto, Nkosi Emmanuel Mthethwa, had passed on. He was currently serving as the South African ambassador to France. And the story is allegedly that he jumped off or he'd fallen off a hotel in Paris, 22 floors. This story comes after apparently he'd sent an SMS or communication to his wife, I think 2 days prior. And what the rumors currently are saying, because I'm not sure if this has been confirmed, is that he'd been speaking about taking his life through suicide. So it had come out that he died. Now, there were various reports, some of them saying that they'd found him dead in his hotel room, and most of them saying that he'd fallen 22 floors to his death. And many people have got a lot of questions. Some of the reports are saying that the window was forced open from the hotel room, leading to his demise at the bottom. And many people are speculating that he may have been murdered. General Lieutenant Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi had implicated Natim Mthethwa at the Madlanga Commission, which is currently ongoing, speaking about how Natim Mthethwa, who was at the time Minister of Police, had called him into his house in Waterkloof in Pretoria, asking him to stop a certain investigation into Richard Mdluli. And many people are saying this guy was involved in some way. Other people, especially fans of Natim Tetto, were saying he hadn't been given a chance to clear his name, and he had been called to the Madlanga Commission, and it was a matter of time for him before he came through and would tell his side of the story. Whatever the story is, he's died. Other people are asking questions of where's the body? We want to see it. There are South Africans that believe that Gavin Watson of Bosasa, who had died in a car accident, faked his death. They believe he's not dead. There are people that believe that Marcus Jooste of Steinhoff, who apparently shot and killed himself in his hometown in Hermanus. Also, they believe that, this guy faked his death. He's still alive somewhere. So there are people saying that Natim Tetto is not dead. And they believe that this is just some scam to make us feel that he's passed on so that he can move on with his life. Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi raised something extremely sensitive and people would know very dangerous. Drug cartels across the world are incredibly dangerous people. Whether we're speaking South America, whether we're speaking Eastern Europe, and anywhere else in the world, including places like Mexico, the United States of America, etc. People that are involved in the drug trade, especially at the highest levels, are willing to do whatever it takes to make money. They bribe politicians, they bribe the police, they bribe the judiciary in various countries. I mean, we've watched the movies, your Goodfellas, Casino, The Godfather, etc. And where they don't get things their way, they take people out. So there are people that are thinking that, look, this might be drug related. Even when you look at some of the testimonies that have been coming out at the Madlanga Commission, people would link people like DJ Somebody, maybe even the late Kiernan Forbes, aka the rapper, to say, look, maybe these guys are involved in the drug underworld. And we might think it's something else, but it's actually just the drug cartel that had got into them in some way. Whether, because again, this is just an example, maybe DJ Somebody was peddling drugs through some of the clubs he was involved in. Maybe AKA as well was involved in the drug world in some way. Because with AKA specifically, some people had assumed that maybe it was someone from the Dembe family or someone affiliated with the Dembe family who had taken him out, because he was allegedly there when his fiancée, Anele Dembe, had died as well. I think similar, also either jumping or being pushed off, we don't know, out of a window in a hotel. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And obviously, it would scare a lot of ordinary people. South Africa seems to have become a mafia state. When we look at the fact that money has been looted from a Tembisa hospital, 2 billion rand, money gets looted in other state-owned enterprises, in other government facilities, through tenders and the like, and that whistleblowers keep getting killed. people that actually are out there to tell their story. Papita Karen being the face of it now, but there are many other whistleblowers or people that are threatened to leak information being taken out. General Tumsani Khumalo, who was meant to continue with his testimony at the Madlanga Commission today, is apparently ill. So they will be postponing. We don't know. Yeah, for some of us, I guess, it's a reminder that, we're dealing with evil people and evil forces in the world. People that are willing to do whatever it takes for money to keep themselves out of jail. We need to do what we can. Outside of taking care of our families, our loved ones, carrying on doing hard work, trying to be law-abiding citizens in a country run by criminals. By criminals, I mean politicians and the people that fund them. We probably need to have a conversation around training children to fight, to defend themselves, training children to handle weapons, especially firearms, and training good, educated people at higher levels or that are older. Advanced technology in the military space. South Africa seems to have become a haven for all types of criminality. Led, of course, and endorsed and protected by the ANC and seemingly other political parties when you look at who they defend. Undocumented people here, whether from other parts of Africa, whether from parts of the Middle East, whether from Europe or the Americas. People that are involved in drugs, people that are involved in bringing illicit weapons, tobacco, people that are killing themselves in the streets over their own, like drug dealers from outside of the country kill themselves in the streets of South Africa. Undocumented foreigners, immigrants are found in homes, trafficking people, creating drug labs with unregistered weapons. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then when you find out your politicians, the authorities that are meant to be the ones protecting us and custodians of safety and security, are friends with some of these people, you kind of lose hope. If you can, of course, if you can't and if you're scared, that's okay. But I mean, when you're under attack, what do? You sign up and you learn how to fight. It's basic physical self-defense where possible, especially if you have girl children. And then where possible, take your children to the shooting range. Teach them how to handle a firearm. Teach them to be responsible. Because you might be like, yeah, but we don't want guns. Guns are dangerous. But what happens the day someone is coming for you, for your partner, for your kids, and you've been left exposed because you realized we're in a criminal-run country and you didn't invest time in arming yourself and in training your loved ones how to arm themselves and how to use weapons to protect you. We're not even like attacking anyone now. We're at a point where we have to protect ourselves. Yeah, it's very sad. My sympathies and condolences to the Mthethwa family. I believe when Natim Mthethwa leaves his wife and children, and to everyone who had worked with him, to everyone who had supported him in various ways, sympathies and condolences to you. Let's see what the Madlanga Commission unearths as it carries on. And I do believe, if it hasn't happened by the time you see this video, that Julius Malema's case will have been wrapped up in East London around him shooting a live firearm at a rally, I believe. I think we're going into day 3 now, where people were looking to hear the charge and to see if he will actually be arrested and put in jail for reckless endangerment and maybe something else. Many EFF supporters on social media threatening that if Malema is arrested, they will shut down roads, they will cause havoc. July 2021 and those riots in KZN will be nothing. I mean, when you support someone like that, even when they do something wrong, again, outside of the politicians and these criminals, when ordinary citizens don't want to follow these laws or don't want their leaders, their favorites to follow the laws, you have to ask, then what? Then what? The Black Pen.